I'm Trizzy.
And I'm Leah.
And this is Ticket to Anywhere podcast, bringing you the gear, tools, and tips to equip you for a travel-filled life.
No matter your travel experience or lack thereof, we aim to be your first stop when you're thinking of where to go, how to get there, what to bring, and what to do.
Catch the latest episode every other Wednesday on YouTube or your favorite listening app.
We'd love to connect with you. Find Ticket to Anywhere on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ticket to Anywhere podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Trizzy.
And I'm Leah. And today,
we got hit with the mosquito bites. And that's why we wanted to talk to you guys about our tips, our remedies of how to deal with mosquito bites on your trips.
I feel like this isn't your typical podcast episode at all whatsoever. But we continuously make videos on how to prevent mosquito bites. We figured we'd share that in audio form and of course on YouTube for anyone watching. Yeah. And we were recently at a show where people were asking for our tips and tricks because we claimed that we have a lot. And, it's just what we do. We get I get pretty bad allergic reactions. I think you do too.
We do the most to prevent it.
Yeah, they're so uncomfortable. Yeah. And people have made comments on my skin from like mosquito scars. First off, who has time for that?
Yeah.
Second off, don't ever comment on a woman's body.
Right. Our body, our choice. Seriously.
Oh, we're filming this during Women's History Month too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's made me self-conscious. I'm like, who has time to comment on the scars that mosquito... I don't know. The more scars I have, I think of it as the more countries I've been to be honest.
Your little souvenir.
I ain't mad at it, yeah. But it's just weird when other people comment, like...
Yeah. I wish I had known about all these remedies when I was younger because my first big international trip was to Vietnam. I counted... like 22 bug bites, and if I could find the footage or the photo of the bug bites on my forehead,
on your forehead,
man, it was
juicy youthful skin.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I'm still getting bit because I just got back from Oahu and I got a bug bite on the unicorn.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's anything you can do for the face except for wear like a net, right in front of like what the beekeepers wear or something, right?
I'll walk around with that.
Or no, I think in the deep jungle, like the deep Amazon, don't they wear like the hats with the nets?
Yeah, I mean, if I could find a Nike version of that, I would sport that all day.
Nike, you hear that? Make a mosquito net hat version for Trizink over here. But yeah, we thought this was an important episode. We like to share these helpful tips with friends, and it's travel related because we're not the only ones that get bit by mosquitoes. Also, mosquitoes carry malaria, which is like literally one of the most deadly diseases in the world, unfortunately.
You always hear about new cases popping up.
Yeah,
Zika.
It's really sad.
Yeah, Zika
really
was...
sad. All kinds of diseases.
Yeah. Dengue.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yeah, and why get any of that when you're trying to have fun on holiday? So.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
These are our tips. Cheers to that. Speaking of cheers.
Yes,
we always got our coffee and tea ready. I went to Pete's Coffee this morning. I got my classic coconut black tie cold brew. It's awesome. It's like a little bit of condensed milk, a little bit of chicory syrup, a little bit of coconut, all in the Pete's cold brew. So,
wait, what kind of syrup?
Like coconut and chicory. Yeah,
what's
like chicory is what the New Orleans coffee is made with. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it's delicious.
Coffee expert over here. I am your tea, quote unquote, maybe expert. I don't know about that. But in my Ember cup, I have hojicha. It's just from Yamamoto, and one of my favorite flavors to mix as a milk tea, but drinking it alone is amazing as well. So there you have it, our coffee and tea for the episode.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then last but not least, we always appreciate the support that each and every single one of you have given us by watching an episode, sharing an episode, telling your friends about a tip you heard here on Ticket to Anywhere. And if you'd like to support us even further, head to buymeacoffee.com/ticket to anywhere. And we'd appreciate any monetary support you'd love to give. That helps us keep the podcast going and helps us to create more amazing travel content for you in the future. So here's to preventing mosquito bites.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Safety Wing is the world's first international travel medical insurance. You can sign up even if your trip is already happening, or sign up in advance by selecting a future start date. For only $42 per 4 weeks, you can be covered under Safety Wing and its Nomad insurance. Click the link in our description for more info and to sign up. Safe travels!
Today, we're going to talk about something that bugs us all.
That was me clapping. We're talking about mosquitoes and how to repel them and what to do if you get bit and just
all the remedies for while you're traveling, because a few weeks ago I was on stage at the Los Angeles Travel and Adventure Show, and I had dropped a line in there saying, if you want to know my mosquito prevention routine, come up after the show and ask me about it. And we had a little beeline
seriously
of people come up, and we're like, this is actually pertinent information that we should be sharing widely. So this is going to be a pretty quick but informational episode on how we like to prevent mosquitoes. And we would like to disclaim that we are not doctors. We do not give out medical advice. Please do not come to us to seek treatment or medical advice for any of that. This has been our experiences with what has worked. And we will say now, it does not prevent every single mosquito bite.
Yeah, because I got this mosquito bite right in the middle of my forehead in Oahu. We both just got back from Oahu. So this is what I'm dealing with.
But we've found this is what works for us mostly, because I don't think it's completely impossible to avoid every single thing that's going to bite you when you're in a different country that has different insects.
Exactly.
So these are just our experiences, and we've flushed them together over the years to create a routine that's kind of worked. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. We should start off with you, because Leah's the other half that does pre-routine rituals.
I do a lot of pre-routine.
I'm more of like the during the trip.
And
after, because I still get bit somehow. But yeah, let's hear your pre-trip.
So pre-routine, and this is just from sources that I've read, that mosquitoes actually don't like vinegar in the bloodstream. They bite you because they want your blood, right? They feed off of the blood. So I usually try to dilute some shots of apple cider vinegar in tea or juice to drink and have it in my bloodstream. But I do think apple cider vinegar also leaves the bloodstream quickly.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't think it stays in there for weeks and weeks. I think it flushes out within a couple of days or whatnot. So if you can maybe drink apple cider vinegar, if you want to try it out. Also, apple cider vinegar has many, many other benefits besides preventing mosquitoes. So if you can maybe dilute it in something else for the duration of your trip, that's one way to start. Usually I take a couple of shots, like one per day. I'm not talking like a couple shots in a row, in the days leading up to me leaving. I've also heard that mosquitoes don't like, I don't know what the B1 vitamin is made up of, but that is the vitamin that I bought. And when it gets into your bloodstream, mosquitoes don't like that either.
Oh, B1?
B1, okay. Yeah. And you only need one a day. I think it's 500 milligrams or less. Make sure you Google the correct amount that you can intake into your body, but also it doesn't hurt to have extra B vitamins in you. So that's something that I do before I leave. Apple cider vinegar, B1 vitamins. The B1 vitamins you can bring with you on the road, so that's easy to have with you. I wouldn't take more than one a day. And then the biggest thing I do, the main thing, this is a top. Those were all intravenous, essentially, oral medications and whatnot. But the biggest thing I do is permethrin my clothes. Now, permethrin is an odorless, colorless, non-toxic to humans and animals, chemical that campers and hikers usually spray on all their clothes. And I introduced it to Trizzy last year. But you basically are treating your clothing with permethrin. You can buy it in all different bottle sizes and forms of dispersion on Target, Walmart, Amazon. I usually get mine off Amazon because they're bigger bottles. And It's really easy. All you need is like 2 to 4 hours. And you have to spray at least like it's like 1 ounce of the bottle per outfit. And an outfit is 3 pieces. So say like a shirt, pants, and a pair of socks. And non-toxic to humans. It dries completely clear. And you just need to let the wet spray basically dry onto the clothes for like 2 hours. The only thing I say is like it's non-toxic to animals besides cats. So don't let cats get around the wet spray. Once it's dry, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I just, I spray it away from animals anyway. All animals, let it hang out in the backyard for 2 hours. So I usually try to do this like at least a day or 2 before I go on my trips so that it's dry to pack all the clothing.
Yeah.
Now, permethrin lasts through 6 washes, which is great if you spray like enough on. Like the more you wash it, the more the chemical in the clothing breaks down. So I spray on like all my clothes, really. I mean, besides underwear.
Right.
But I'll spray on anything that can get a wet like treatment on them. So if you're spraying like a rain jacket, that doesn't really make sense. You wouldn't spray a rain jacket, but anything else where the material can like soak up the chemical. And I love that it lasts for 6 washes as well. So it'll last usually the duration of your trip.
I implemented it for my August trip to the Philippines and Vietnam because that month is just monsoon typhoon season and I anticipated a lot of mosquitoes. So before I didn't really do that, but I think it is something that I would carry on in my future international trips, regardless if it's the monsoon typhoon season and stuff like that. Question though, if you don't have animals in your house, can you spray inside the house? Or is it better to spray outside?
I feel like with any chemical, it's just better to have an airflow.
Yeah.
It's non-toxic to us.
Right.
That's why we can put it on our skin and inhale it. But like, it doesn't smell pretty.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell like your Voluspa candles.
Yeah.
So you want to just get a good airflow in it. Yeah, just get a good airflow in it. And, things will dry faster when they're like hung up or aired out, right? So if they're all just laying on top of each other wet, then,
Okay.
But, we should have prefaced the episode by saying like, because we do all of these things together, we're not exactly sure what works individually. So
that's so true.
It's and I always disclaim that to people. So I have like a 5-6 step routine, but I'm not going to go out there and just tell you just use permethrin because I don't know if that will work. And I would rather take multiple steps of care.
Oh yeah.
Than just one. Because unfortunately, both Trizzy and I get the same way. I'm like literally allergic to mosquito bites. I get like welts, big red welts on my skin that are actually painful.
Yeah.
And my doctor, long time ago, 10 years ago, my doctor's only solution was, okay, well, don't travel to countries that have mosquitoes. Girl.
She don't know. Doctor don't know everything.
Your doctor might, I don't know. But my doctor at the time did not. And I was like, that's not happening. So
yeah.
I mean, they say 2 of the biggest ways to prevent mosquitoes are honestly just wear like long sleeve, long short, long clothing.
Right.
But it doesn't hurt to have permethrin built into that clothing anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
And permethrin you can use with like, people use it on tents, people use it on sleeping bags.
That's right. Backpacks, luggage and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. I sprayed it on my my carry-on bag.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because, after you land, you just never know. You're like,
who's waiting to attack?
I know. Yeah. My backpack shields it.
She's got like a ring of protection around her. Yeah. Is there anything else you do before leaving?
Honestly, I would only do the apple cider vinegar. I've done that in the past a few times, but it's never been consistent where I would do it for a week prior.
Yeah.
It's
hard to remember.
Hard. Well, that and it's hard to, even with it diluted, it's so strong on the stomach.
Yeah, for some people it is because it's an acid.
It's an acid, yeah. So
I get it.
It's tough for me. Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough. Like I said, I think it leaves the bloodstream pretty quickly, so I don't actually know how effective it is.
Gotcha.
But I mean, I can imagine mosquitoes not liking vinegar.
Yeah, but the B1 vitamin is something that is new.
Okay.
And I will definitely want to try that because It's just pills, right?
Yeah. Just B1 vitamin. And you can take it with you too. So
exactly. Let's put it in my corgi pill box.
Some other remedies that I had read and I had tried for maybe like a day or two before, I was like, I couldn't do this. But garlic pills.
Oh, I read about that too.
For mosquitoes.
Just have a garlic necklace.
Yeah, maybe just a garlic, but like the garlic pills. Because the problem is if you ingest garlic pills, your body odor is going to reek of garlic. Oh. And I didn't want to smell like garlic everywhere I went, even though I didn't want the mozzies.
Yeah.
But we have more remedies coming up. That's why I was like, I think I can let off the garlic.
Yeah, I don't think I would do that too. But garlic is good as garlic rice.
Yeah, I mean garlic's great, food, but like when you're ingesting it all the time. Like if you're ingesting it in food when you're eating, that's different.
Yeah.
But eating it just to like ward off you're going to ward off mosquitoes and literally everyone else. So
if it lives on your breath,
yeah.
This podcast will be over.
Okay, let's talk about what we do when we're in the destination.
Yeah. First things first, the easiest thing I would grab is these mosquito bracelets. I carry these on with me because if I leave it in my check-in luggage, it's dug in there. And if I leave the plane, sometimes international airports, they are not built like the LAX airport, the JFK airport. It's literally a hut.
A literal hut.
So you're outside basically the whole time. And then I throw on a smaller bottle. I have an off spray. This is a 6-ounce bottle, but I will pour it into like a 3-ounce bottle. So that could be with my carry-on as well. That I bust out and I spray when I get there.
Wait, let's do one by one because these citronella bracelets, Trizzy and I had a discussion about this before we turn on because we're actually trying to wean off of them.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how recyclable they are. And if you look at them, they kind of look like a hair tie.
Yeah.
But we're not exactly sure of the plastic, right? And not every recycling center will accept this kind of plastic. So unfortunately, that means it will go in a landfill.
Yeah.
And, since they're like rings, it could affect wildlife. It could affect sea life, all of that. And then the citronella on these bracelets doesn't last forever. Yeah. So you have to toss the rings at some point. You have to toss these bracelets at some point. So while we do use these as a layer of protection, we're trying to use them less. And if you dispose of them, please try to be as responsible as possible disposing of them and not just like letting them fall into the water, especially, and like throwing them on the side of the road. So these ones, I'm basically I bought like a ridiculous bag of 50 and I'm just going to let them run out.
Yeah. No, for real, because it's waterproof as well, or like for the 7 days, I believe it's activated for. So you could go into the ocean with it. But what happened to me one time was that I was swimming and then it came off of me. But I'm the person that I know, like I feel everything. Yeah. So when I felt it like roll off of me, I turned back around and I grabbed it before it could harm any other like sea life in there. Yeah. Because that's so sad.
It is.
And when I dispose of it, I make sure I cut it because it's a scrunchy like circle. And if you cut one side of it, there's still ways where the holes will, affect animals. So I make sure it's like tiny pieces. It's very tedious. So that's why soon I will be removing that.
Not using them.
Yeah.
Okay. You talked about off. So Trizzy uses DEET.
Yeah. It's worked for me better than what's the other one? Is it Picardin?
Yeah, which I'm going to talk about.
Yeah. So it really just depends on the person you are. DEET has worked for me. Picardin has worked for me as well. But DEET, I feel like my body is more effective with DEET.
So that one has 7%. This one has 25% DEET. There's different percentages of DEET. DEET, I'm Leah. If you're not watching this, you're listening. DEET doesn't work for me. So I have to use something a little bit. I've read about this. It lasts longer. It's called Picardin. It's also by Sawyer. It's the same brand that makes permethrin. 20% Picardin is the usual from it. You could also spray it or put it on as lotion. I always put it on over sunscreen. But they come in travel size bottles. I also, when I'm like walking around at night, I transfer some into a small 1/2 ounce bottle to keep with me. And I use Picardin. I think it lasts longer too. I just read that it lasts up to 14 hours, whereas DEET only lasts up to 8 or 10 hours.
Oh, no wonder I keep spraying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I keep this on me. It doesn't harm gear and equipment, but I found that it works better for me than DEET does.
Okay.
Which is why I use it. So I encourage you. I know some others that only use Picardin also, but you know, if DEET's not working for you, I feel like it's very rare, but it doesn't work for me. So I'm like, I'm gonna try some of this stuff, but it's another option.
For this bottle, I'm holding the Picardin bottle, 3 ounce. How fast do you finish this?
I mean, I've probably had this for like a year.
Oh wow!
Because I don't go like if I'm going to London, I don't bring mosquito.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Like if I go to a big city stuff and one that's not humid, I don't bring mosquito stuff.
Okay.
Most of the destinations we do go to have like mosquitoes, humidity, etc. But like, I mean, I was in Cape Town for a month. I didn't get a single mosquito bite.
Oh.
And I kept spraying. I kept, you know, my clothes were all permethrin. They were treated.
Okay.
Even though people were complaining about the mosquito, but maybe my prevention was that good. I didn't get a mosquito bite. Well, not one. So maybe they don't like my blood in South Africa. I don't know. But yeah, so this is good options. It's good that DEET works for you because it's much more common. I can't find Picardin in other countries. So that's why I have to bring it with me when I travel. Yeah. But DEET you can find in other countries.
Okay. I might have to consider Picardin because I like the lotion option. Oh yeah, which is why I have also a off lotion.
They have they definitely have lotion in this too. Yeah, like this is just the spray.
Oh, gotcha. So I have the off spray, which is just like a regular pump spray, and then off lotion, which I bought in the Philippines.
Yeah, and it was probably so expensive to be honest. Because DEET is expensive in other countries. Yeah, unfortunately.
I think that bottle is like $4, $4 or $6.
I've paid like $10 for that in other countries.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. In like Costa Rica or something. Yeah.
All right.
So much. Yeah. But okay. And one basic thing you can do before all of the sprays on. Now I just saw a TikTok about this. I wish I could find the TikTok, but I believe the guy was like Indian American, and he said everyone back home in India uses citronella soap to wash their body with. And I'm not sure if it's medicated or not. When I was Googling around, I found ones that were medicated. But I'm about to try that because what I usually use is just honestly like my citrus or my peppermint Dr. Bronner's, my 18-in-1 Castile soap, which I'm so obsessed with. If you know me, you know that's all I talk about is Dr. Bronner's. But I mean, even as a first layer of defense, I don't actually know if washing your body with this soap first and foremost, like what it does, because then you're putting the DEET on, then you're putting the permethrin on your clothes, then you're doing all these other things on top of it. But I'm like, what's one more layer of protection? And you're like literally washing your body anyway. So Dr. Bronner is what I use, but it has to be in like some of the scents that mosquitoes are repelled at, which is usually peppermint, anything citrus, citronella, lavender. But then I heard a better alternative is actually using citronella soap.
That's cool.
So we're about to go on a hunt for that.
Yeah, exactly. So stay tuned. Speaking of scents, I'm popping out both of these. One is a roller and one is it's a lotion, but anything lavender. Yeah. It will repel mosquitoes, but you have to be careful because they do attract butterflies. Not butterflies, bees. Lavenders repel mosquitoes but attracts bees. Okay. So this is one of the lotions I use, but I also have like essential oil rollers that are lavender scent as well. This one, it's a Filipino brand called Katinko oil, and it relieves pain and itch. So it's good for if you do get bit, you put it on, it helps cool it down, and it like deflames. Is that the word? Yeah, it deflames any itchiness, any swollen parts of your body as well. I love this. It helps for headaches too. So.
I've never heard of it, but now I want to come
It's like a mentholy, like tiger balm.
Woo! Oh my gosh!
It's
You
so
guys,
strong.
if you ever had any sinus issues, fear not, because this will clear it.
Katinko.
It's so good.
Katinko.
It smells like your Lola.
Mhm.
Lola in Tagalog is grandma.
Yeah.
It smells like your grandma, like with the Tiger Balm.
Yeah.
Vicks, the Vicks type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it smells like. Okay.
Remedy.
I need to get some of that because I was going to recommend one of my newest tricks is if you Google anything like what mosquitoes hate, like I said, you'll see they hate like citrus, certain scents, peppermint, lavender, etc.
Mm-hmm.
They also dislike tea tree oil.
Mm.
So now this should be accessible to everyone in the country, in the United States of America. But Trader Joe's sells a tiny 1 ounce bottle of Australian tea tree oil, pure tea tree oil, for $6.99.
Mm.
Now it's strong, and tea tree oil has many, many, many uses besides mosquitoes. It can like prevent cuts, like all types of uses. It's healing, but like just like pure lavender, you cannot put pure tea tree oil exactly on your skin. You have to dilute it with a carrier oil. Carrier oil is literally any other oil.
Mm-hmm.
Olive, almond, avocado, jojoba, any other kind of oil, grapeseed, peanut, whatever. I mean, peanut you don't put on your body. But Trader Joe's also sells jojoba oil that's good for skin. So if you just dilute a couple drops of tea tree in the jojoba oil, and you can get them both from Trader Joe's beauty section,
Mm-hmm.
there you go. You have a whole package. And then I actually carry, because it's a 1 ounce bottle, I carry it with me like in my purse.
Nice.
And I just like dab it on my points. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like so strong. It's so scented. I keep the bottle like by me at night so mosquitoes aren't flying around my head. And like, I feel like out of anything, the tea tree oil would work the best because it's so pungent. Like it's so strong. But it's something I just started using. And like my last few trips, I have been pretty like the mosquitoes haven't touched me that much. Like we said, this isn't going to prevent every single mosquito bite. It's not. But I've felt pretty protected the last few trips.
Yeah, she was using tea tree oil, putting on what? It exploded
like,
in your legs.
Yeah, so I like wiped it up with tissue.
Yeah. And she put the tissue around her bed, which is smart because with this bug bracelet, the citronella one that we mentioned earlier, the bag, I keep the bag once I remove the bracelet from it, and I flip it inside out and I put it on the bed too, or I'll carry it in my pocket if I'm hiking or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. See, it's a great way to reuse your resources, essentially.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
Exactly.
For any bites that you guys do get, I usually carry just like those like a Benadryl.
Wow.
It's gonna knock me out, but I'll pop it at nighttime because I do. Yeah. It itches me like crazy.
Did you see the story I posted the other day on the Benadryl?
No, what'd you do?
Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram, LA in Flight, I took a Benadryl because I had some like spider bite the other day in Hawaii, and then I took a shot of vodka afterwards.
Oh gosh.
And the Benadryl said non-drowsy, but I felt like I was hallucinating the entire afternoon. I was like,
wait, you took it in the afternoon?
Well, I took the Benadryl at like 10 a.m. and then I took the shot at like 11 a.m. And then we went to the beach. Okay. So I was sitting on the beach like, I know. No, I do not condone mixing that. But I didn't realize like I don't know. I thought non-drowsy meant like, oh, it's not going to affect you no matter what you mix it with. No, that's wrong.
So, okay.
I basically mixed the alcohol with my Benadryl, which I was like, I felt like I was hallucinating.
Okay, yeah. Don't be doing that.
Don't do that. Yeah, I don't recommend that. But I did not itch for the rest of the day. I didn't.
She was in a trance.
I was just like sitting on the beach like, what's happening? And they wanted to take another shot. I'm like, I don't think I can have any more alcohol.
The saddest words coming out.
Yeah, I know. It was rough. But yeah, Benadryl, what I will say, you will not itch after taking. And you can just literally get like generic Target, like Up and Up or Walmart Benadryl. It doesn't need to have the brand name on it, but anything like an antihistamine. Mm-hmm. And then what else helps? Topical cortisone cream, right?
Yes.
Antihistamines are, oral. And then topical would be cortisone cream, so you're not itching or scratching yourself.
Or even Katinko.
Yes, exactly. Everyone go to the Philippines and get it. Trizzy will bring some back for us.
I'm gonna slang
we'll do a giveaway.
Anybody want Katinko?
I know.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah, that was great.
This is really good. So we're going to recap everything pretty much that we use. This is your list to prevent mosquito bites before and while traveling. Beforehand, if you want to take some apple cider vinegar, even some B1 vitamins, permethrin all your clothes, which is a odorless, colorless, non-toxic spray treatment. Spray that into all of your clothes. And then we have off spray or lotion. Then we have Picardin spray or lotion, because Picardin is not DEET, they're different. And washing your body with Dr. Bronner's or using citronella soap in scents that mosquitoes dislike. Using tea tree oil or lavender oil, but making sure to dilute that with a carrier oil. And some mosquito bracelets, citronella bracelets, which we're trying to kind of lean off of due to sustainability factors. But we hope this list will help you and anyone else who is trying not to get bit while they're having a good time in another country.
Sweet, that was a great list. Thank you guys for listening in. Let us know what your remedies are as well.
Love
Spread the knowledge, y'all. Thank you again. There are some items in this episode we may get a small commission from if you buy through our direct links. It helps us to keep creating fun and super helpful travel content for you.
We wouldn't be anywhere without the support you've given us, and for that, we're always appreciative. To support the podcast even further with just a $2 donation, head to buymeacoffee.com/ticket to anywhere.
To be the first to get our episodes, subscribe to Ticket to Anywhere on YouTube.
Share this episode with a friend if you found it helpful.
If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
Listen to Ticket to Anywhere wherever you get your podcasts.